So the exiled Dark Jedi and the red-skinned Sith species merge into one terrifying new order, led by Ajunta Paul and his dark disciples. They've built temples, created monsters, and forged a culture where betrayal isn't a bug, it's a feature. Now the Sith aren't just survivors, they're rulers. They're an empire, and at its height, they were led by one of the most legendary Dark Lords in history, Marka Ragnos. Marka Ragnos, the Immortal Emperor. Marka Ragnos wasn't just another warlord. He was the Sith's first true emperor, and his rule lasted more than 100 years. Imagine that. One Dark Lord powerful enough to keep an entire culture of backstabbing Sith under his heel for a century. That's basically impossible. But Ragnos pulled it off. Ragnos was a half-breed, part human, part Sith species, which symbolized the merging of the exiles and the native Sith. He used sorcery, alchemy, and raw power to crush any rival that dared challenge him. Under Ragnos, the Sith Empire spread across Korriban, Ziost, and other dark worlds. They weren't just warlords now. They were a civilization. Temples were carved into mountains. Holocrons filled with forbidden knowledge were created. Entire populations were enslaved to build monuments to the dark side. Ragnos' reign was so dominant that when he finally died, it triggered a crisis so huge it set the galaxy on fire. The succession crisis. When Marka Ragnos died, there was no clear successor, and in Sith culture, you don't hold elections, you fight. Immediately, two rival Sith lords rose to claim his throne, Ludo Kressh and Naga Sadow. Ludo Kressh was conservative. He believed the Sith should remain strong on their own worlds, hidden in the shadows, consolidating power rather than expanding. Naga Sadow, on the other hand, was an expansionist. He wanted to unleash the Sith Empire on the galaxy, to conquer the Republic itself. This split in philosophy, isolation versus conquest, became the heart of the crisis. And it's a theme that would echo through Sith history forever. Some Sith wanted secrecy, others wanted domination. Naga Sadow's Gambit. Naga Sadow was a schemer, a manipulator. He staged a false flag operation to trick the Sith into war. Here's what he did. Republic explorers accidentally stumbled onto Korriban during the funeral of Marka Ragnos. The Sith captured them. Ludo Kressh wanted them executed quietly, but Sadow staged a dramatic prison break, making it look like Republic agents had attacked the Sith. This was brilliant. Suddenly, the Sith Lords were outraged, and Sadow had the perfect excuse to rally them for war against the Republic. He even declared himself Dark Lord, claiming Ragnos' throne with the support of enough Sith to launch his invasion. The Great Hyperspace War. And so, the Sith finally came out of the shadows. The year was around 5000 BBY, and this was the first true war between the Sith Empire and the Galactic Republic. The Great Hyperspace War. Naga Sadow unleashed fleets of Sith warships, powered by dark side sorcery, and struck deep into Republic space. Worlds burned. Jedi and Sith clashed in battles that spanned entire sectors. And for a moment, it looked like the Sith might actually win. But here's the twist. Sadow's empire wasn't united. Ludo Kressh betrayed him, attacking him in the middle of the war. Sith fighting Sith, right when they needed each other most. It's the classic Sith problem. They hate sharing power more than they hate losing. The defeat of the Sith. With Kressh sabotaging him and the Republic rallying its defenses, Sadow's invasion collapsed. The Jedi pushed the Sith back, and Sadow was forced to retreat. He fled to Yavin 4, yes, the same Yavin 4 where the rebels later blew up the Death Star. There, He built massive temples with the help of the Massassi, a subservient race he twisted with Sith alchemy. But his empire? It was shattered. Ludo Kressh died, Sadow went into hiding, and the once united Sith civilization fractured into chaos. The Republic thought they had won, that the Sith were no longer a threat. Seeds of survival. But here's the thing about the Sith. They never stay dead. Even in defeat, they plant seeds. Naga Sadow's teachings lived on, passed down in secret. Freedon Nadd, a fallen Jedi, would later find Sadow's spirit and learn from him, keeping the dark flame alive. And those temples on Yavin 4? They would echo all the way into the films, where the Sith's ancient power still lingered thousands of years later. So while the Republic celebrated its victory, the Sith weren't gone. They were just scattered. And scattered Sith are dangerous, because every time they regroup, the galaxy bleeds. And that regrouping happened faster than anyone expected. Out of Naga Sadow's shadow came new dark prophets like Freedon Nadd, who carried the Sith legacy to Onderon. From him would rise Exar, one of the most dangerous Sith lords in history. And when he combined forces with Ulic Qel-Droma, the galaxy would be plunged into another devastating conflict, the Great Sith War. That's where we're heading next.